So the difficulty with coming up with a high-minded moral zinger to assume the power of it, instead, it's impossible. Like, there was a loaded question the other day that I saw where someone thought that they owned, I guess it was Andrew Wilson. They said, "Do you wish the Civil War never happened?" And they thought they had him. Like, how do you go ahead and answer this question? And what is it supposed to mean? You know, if you said no, I wish the Civil War never happened. What are you talking about? Then that means this and that and this and that. But like, I actually read Jim Crow. Like, it was a boring ass book, and I read it. Okay, like, I've actually been alive long enough to get enough background on Grant's charge and, you know, like Grant's raid into the South. There's things about that question that you just can't answer off the cuff to somebody who doesn't know. And why don't they know? If they're supposed to be voicing representation, advocacy, and everything, like, they're supposed to be all these good things, then why don't you know what I know? You know, I don't want to have to tell you things that's going to sound like I'm talking bad about certain individuals because they were unwittingly or maybe used by shrewd people so as to kind of dilute their whole purpose in the first place. Then you can ask me if I'm for or against what happened involving all that. Like, it just comes down to think that you're going to debase your heroes. So you just want me to debase my heroes on a whim based on there was keen, shrewd political adversaries that they put themselves on as friends. They made themselves look, you know, like, we're going to help you achieve what you've already achieved. Again, in the second time, they went back and they burned a lot of the estates of wealthy black landowners under the guise of the Underground Railroad. Like, how are you going to ask somebody, okay, go watch Chief Legendary Top Cats or something? Don't come to me like, I don't know, like, if you're, you know, my worst nightmare, COINTELPRO. Like, you're some useful idiot that's just being, it's like you're an obstacle that's been put before so that you can have these loaded questions so we can focus on something way back where we already come to an understanding. That way you can continue to perpetuate whatever nonsense that's just a distraction. Okay, it's just a distraction. Anyways, if you know, all of these people are still fucking human, from Abraham Lincoln to Martin Luther King, and you too are still a fucking human. So if you want me to dig into your past, like I can assume if you dig into my past, you're gonna find unflattering things, but the things don't get revealed unless you're being an asshole. So this is just an attempt to get more knowledgeable people to think in terms of, like, we're being kind and not doing harm with our harmful opinions. And my harmful opinion wanting to see Uncle Ben's face inside of his own establishment. If I walk into Hillsborough, I can see Uncle Ben's mansion. There's mansions. He has mansions all across the country and some outside of the country. And he's not Stephen Fetchum, and I don't understand what he did. That was a crime for him to be arrested even after he died. And I assume that he's going to be buried under the prison forever because people don't want to take accountability. They would rather talk about something like, they would rather say some slogan, generalistic term like there's no such thing as it, like no humans are illegal. There's something that I said before, you know, this is all stuff that's taken from me when I was more immature. And for me to sue for peace and make amends for for the purpose of a healthy body politic that isn't a hindrance. There's people that I've not been able to make friends because I want to apologize to the right people, not on behalf of, I don't want to apologize to the wrong people on behalf of victim. People are being taken advantage of, or, by people who want to skim and dabble and don't want to go deep into anything, but unless they see something that's convenient, then they want to load up these questions to target someone with more knowledge who needs to be left alone. Like, when I'm dying, you need to put straw on the streets so that the carriage, the horses, I don't listen till the sound of the horses and the wheels dragging across the cobblestone road like I'm Mark Twain, compared to, not like that's really me, but compared to the people that are telling me, I should be irate because somebody has a trigger word. Oh, did you see how they're talking to you, bruh? Don't let them do that. Thing is, if they can understand that they can do whatever it is they want to do over there, leave me the fuck alone. I'll do what it is I'll do over here, and I wasn't just perturbed anyway. If you can distract me, then they have to come up with these dialectical strategies. This is like this. Like, we know that you're going to respond to this based on, we know that you believe this. So if you want to stay true to your belief, but then you don't know. I could just give you my power. It's fishing. It's like scraping the barrel. But considering that nobody's running around afraid of COVID and their lungs filling up with cement and their liver malfunctioning and turning their skin black as charcoal because, that one guy in Wuhan the first day, I don't know, this is like arrogant or something. You can reprogram me, but don't worry about natural disasters or anything like that. Like, you're the end all be all, but we wouldn't have to worry about so that's why they tell you climate change, because they were like, we want to show you this dystopian reality with the zombies and everything. It's not really possible unless the cordyceps, start to target humans or something. That's only going to happen because of climate change. So we show you climate change in all these different ways is to make you think that it's an overwhelming, unstoppable force. Like, I can't disprove or argue or demonstrate the scammery part, the part of the human exploiting greed and shit. Like, what triggers natural disasters? Who fucking knows? Otherwise, you would not be there when it happened. So we haven't figured that out yet. So why would I be any different?